Hello, it is I, once again, the Bruce Wayne of Azur Lane, back at it again for another Datamine release video. So check this out. These are the ships we are getting. Guam, Constellation, Flasher, San Jacinto, Louisville, and on top of that, by the way, I like the chat frame. That's a cool chat frame. Anyway, yeah, I gotta say, these ships, not bad, although I have some misgivings. Anyway, anyway, we'll be needing these things called bun vouchers to buy stuff in the shops. And, yeah, this is what the event shop is gonna look like. USS Flasher is the event shop ship. I'll get right to the ships. Okay, so here's the thing about USS Guam. So USS Guam's stats are actually right up there with the other large cruisers. She is medium armor, which I actually think is a huge plus because she won't take as much damage from torpedoes. So I do like her base stats overall. However, okay, I'll just go to her skills. So here's her skills. Every second time this ship's, oh no, wait. Okay, so it says every second time this ship's secondary gun fires, increases her AA by 5%, max 5 stacks. Upon hitting max stacks, allied ships whose AA is lower than Guam's at the moment gets an AA plus 15% increase until the end of the battle. So she is heavy focused on anti-air. So AVI and damage resistance plus 20%. So when this ship fires her main gun, alternatively gain the buffs below, create a barrier that can absorb 1% of this ship's max HP for 5 seconds, fires a level 10 special barrage. So whenever she fires her main guns, one of these two things is going to be good. One or two things is good is going to happen. Every 15 seconds fires a level 10 special barrage. At the start of the battle, if the main fleet's top position is occupied by battleship, battlecruiser, or aviation battleship, when that main fleet ship fires its main guns, apply a special armor break to a random enemy unit. While Guam is afloat or when another fleet engages in one of its first 5 battles of the sortie, all Eagle Union ships gain AA, hit plus 10%. Whenever an enemy gets within 65 range of your flagship, fire a supporting barrage. Barrage is based on the skill level. This barrage may fire up to 5 times each battle and has a 5-second cooldown between activations. Okay, so here's the thing. I think to max her out, at least max out her DPS, you definitely want to add the gold burn to her, because if her red skills based off of how many times she fires her main gun, you want her to fire it as fast as possible. She is definitely an anti-air tank. I don't know about her DPS though. Her DPS seems like it will be good, but I'll have to run some tests. Overall, this is definitely a step up. I kind of was hoping for her to, buff the ships of the fleet that she's in though. But I mean, we can work with this. I don't know if it sounds to me actually she's not going to be tankier than Anchorage with her smokescreen skill. So it sounds to me, just from what I'm seeing here, Anchorage is probably still the tankiest Vanguard ship in the game. And because of her smokescreen, she's the best for tanking, or for increasing the survivability of your Vanguard still. But when it comes to anti-air, USS Guam is an absolute monster. So I will welcome USS Guam. Now let's get to Laffy II, who is actually very... Okay, so she is a tough destroyer. She's like... Well, let me put it to you like this. Her health pool is up there. I would say overall, she kind of reminds me of Tashkent to an extent. And someone else, I don't remember who said this. Someone else already said that Laffy is like upgraded Tash Kent. And I see the analogy. Anyway, so her first skill, her skills are long, by the way. Okay, so at the start of the battle, and every 20 seconds after, summons 2 Bunny Strikers into battle for 15 seconds. Bunny Strikers inherit their stats from Laffy II, scaling based on skill level, and attack independently with their own weapons. So this is, I guess you would count it as like main gun mount plus 2, possibly. I don't know. We'll see how they perform. Every 12 seconds, 70% to conduct radar marking that targets up to 3 enemy units, reducing their AA and AVI by 6%, and trigger a level 10 special barrage. Barrage or damage and pattern based on skill level. At the time of radar marking, every Bunny Striker afloat gives this ship a stack of fighting spirit. Every stat gives her plus 2 damage and increases this skill's proc chance by 6%. So she has a 70% chance to automatically be a carrier buffer, which is not bad at all, actually. That's a very good skill. Yeah. So her next skill, when equipped with Eagle Union equipment, obtain a special AA weapon and AVI damage taken minus 20%. For every 2 enemy planes shot down in the AA circle, self AA plus 10%, max 3 stacks, and a stack of fighting spirit. When a total of 9 enemy planes are shot down in the AA circle, Eagle Union main fleet ships detection bar regenerate plus 1 GUs until the end of the battle. If the flagship is an Eagle Union ship, 10 seconds after this effect, clear their detection gauge. Okay, so regenerate plus 1 GUs. What does it mean by GU? Anyway, it's so Laffy is the one that is focused on ships within her own fleet, which I kind of like that. I gotta say, I do definitely plan on using her in my PvP fleet. I'm more excited for Laffy II than Guam right now. See, burning damage received, minus 15%. Every time this ship takes damage greater than 10% of her current HP from one attack, she gains a stack of fighting spirit, and that attack's damage will not exceed 10% of her current HP. This damage reduction effect will reach its maximum value once this ship is at 25% HP or below. When this ship receives fatal damage, evade it and generate a barrier that can absorb 15% of this ship's max HP. Maximum 1 trigger per battle will activate before Eagle Union damage control. While the barrier is active, every time the main fleet launches an airstrike, heal self for 2% max HP. Barrier will be removed after 5 of these heals are triggered. So she'll instantly regain 10% of her own HP. Well, not instantly, but you know what I mean. So she is basically incredibly tanky, has what sounds like a skill that gives her equivalent to main gun mount plus 2, at least for a short period of time, and she's a carrier buffer. Which makes me think, and she has a very balanced gun and torpedo efficiency, which leads me to believe she'll do good with guns or torpedoes. Time for me to bust out the HoloLive auxiliary gear for this ship. Wow, okay. Yeah. Laffy II, to me, is the real crown jewel of this event. I'm excited the most for Laffy II. So we go over to US Constellation, who Constellation is well, let's see. She's actually not bad. Not great, really, when it comes to her stats. I guess the fact that she is medium armor means she'll take less damage from aircraft, so that is a huge plus. When this ship fires her main gun, 80% chance to trigger a level 10 special barrage. Damage scales on skill level. plus 20% proc chance when equipped with Eagle Union equipment. So you give her an Eagle Union gun, 100% chance to trigger the skill. 10% firepower, 20% accuracy, 10% more damage to enemy ships with lower speed than self. Ah, okay. Huh. Interesting. You know, I noticed, like, it seems to me, and someone said this in Discord, that a lot of the focus has been upgrading these, or giving players anti-airships to clear World 15. And I kind of see that it does kind of feel that way reading these skills. Yeah, I can see that. Constellation will be a great anti-air ship, but I mean, I kind of like the idea that I mean, the 20% accuracy boost for her, that's actually a very good thing for battleships or battle cruisers or aviation battleships to have. Yeah, not bad actually. Not great, but not bad. Anyway, USS Flasher is a Gato class submarine. She has Gato class submarine stats, and on top of that, her first skill: when an enemy is hit by her torpedoes, 10-second cooldown against the same enemy, minus 30% speed for 4 seconds if her torpedo hits the enemy again. Trigger a level 10 special barrage. Damage scales on skills level. 10-second cooldown between activations. 50% to increase this ship's damage against this enemy by 30% for 10 seconds. So that's a very strong skill for a submarine to have, because a lot of submarines focus on like aircraft carriers or a specific type of ship. This is a blanket FU to any ship that she hits. So that's a very good skill. Hunting range, +1. That's also a very good skill for a submarine to have. Torpedo crit rate, +15%, +10% damage against light armor enemies. When she leads the ship, flagship, if there are other Gato class subs in the fleet, all Gato class subs, +10% torpedo and hit. Okay. She sounds like she's trying to compete for Archerfish. Maybe you could sortie her as the flag of the subfleet, have Archerfish on one side, and then maybe Albacore on the other. That might be the best Eagle Union subfleet you could assemble right now. Maybe. I'll have to see how she does. Flasher seems like an incredible submarine, though, just because of that slow. So, yeah, we'll see how she does. USS Louisville is the elite, or we're getting into the elites here. So, overall, USS Louisville, stat-wise, is not that impressive, but her first skill, so at the start of the battle, and when the ship's HP drops below 50%, generates a shield that can absorb up to 8% of this ship's max HP. While this ship is afloat, Northampton class ships, CVs and CVOs take 10% less damage. So that's kind of nice. Kind of reminds me of Reno, actually. It's like the heavy cruiser version of Reno. So every 20 seconds, her next skill, 60% chance to trigger a level 10 special barrage. Damage scales on skill level. If this barrage fails to proc, plus EV or EVA plus 15% for 10 seconds. In all honesty, she seems like a slight downgrade to Reno. Yeah, Reno's better. Anyway, USS San Jacinto. So, San Jacinto, who has, I would say, the same as most elite light carriers, a lot of elite light carriers, 3 fighters, 3 torpedo bombers. Pretty good efficiency for them. You go to her stats, AVI, accuracy, +15, when equipping at least 1 Eagle Union plane, all plane slots, +15% efficiency. So This is sort of like a step down from Independence. She's like Independence Light. 5 seconds after this ship loads an airstrike, procs a sonar scan that reveals all enemy subs for 5 seconds and launches a level 10 TBM Avenger anti-sub strike. Damage scales off skill level and this ship's anti-submarine stat. Okay, so she's sub-focused. When this ship receives damage, fires a special aviation barrage, level 10, damage scales on skill level. 3 seconds after this effect is triggered, deal 30 damage to this fleet's flagship. That's not good. And heal self 3% HP. This entire skill has 10-second cooldown between activations. So she sort of is like a vampire that feeds off the HP of the flagship, I guess. But she is heavily anti-sub focused, and I guess for an anti-sub focused aircraft carrier, having these fighter efficiencies and these fighter and torpedo bomber levels is not bad. Yeah, this is focused on clearing World 15. All these ships, with the exception of Laffy II, I was kind of hoping for Guam to be more focused on the fleet she's in and to be a damage dealer. Yeah. Looks like I may not regret upgrading that German heavy cruiser gun to plus 13 after all. We shall see. Anyway, barrage info. So a lot of the barrages, I would say Guam's is pretty solid. The damage of this barrage is pretty good overall. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to complain about here. Not that I'm looking for things to complain about. Bunny Striker scaling. Let me see. Oh, so the Bunny Striker weapon fires AP guns, and the AP is heavily focused on heavy armor. Like that's a heavy armor and medium armor modifiers, or actually, that's a heavy armor modifier here is pretty good. So she is actually out here aimed at heavy armor. I did not expect that. Coefficient of 1, scale 1. Huh. Or no. Scale 1 torp. So wait, is it a gun or is it torpedo? This Bunny Striker weapon is going to be interesting. They clearly made Laffy II like the beast of this event. All right, now let's get to the event equipment. I have to say, flat out, I'm a little disappointed that it's a sub. I am a little disappointed it's a sub torpedo Avenger. I was really hoping, really hoping for it to be a converging torpedo bomber. Having said that, though, I was right about one thing. VT-51 Squadron is actually the exact same squadron that George H.W. Bush was in. So this is, former U.S. President George H.W. Bush's squadron right here. It is currently the best anti-submarine plane in Azur Lane that we will get. I will say, if you equipped this on Warspite, that would be interesting. Because you can equip this on Warspite Retrofit. I have tried to clear World 14 with Warspite Retrofit, and the results were very lackluster. But yeah, if you could free up a nice slot on one of your carriers for more damage, that would be interesting. You get to the main gun, the Alaska gun, which, as expected, is incredibly powerful. This is definitely going to be the best large cruiser gun we will have, at least for a long time. So the damage is solid, but what I like is the fact that it's an AP gun, and the armor modifier is focused on medium armor. So this is very good. Yeah. We finally have a gun that outdoes that Russian large cruiser gun that the Russian large cruiser gun was the best large cruiser gun we had to date. This gun is a clear replacement. Overall, I like this gun. The gun is something to be excited for. I'm mostly excited for the gun and also Laffy II. These seems to be the best things we are getting, and USS Flasher to an extent seems interesting. I'm going to see how she performs alongside Archerfish, because the fact is the Baleo class, Archerfish is a Baleo class submarine, and their stats are a full leap ahead of the Gato class subs. Like, the one Baleo class sub we have is Archerfish, and she is a clear jump from the Gato class, so I don't really think her being in the fleet without getting this buff here is going to make too much of a difference. But she's also going to be buffing the other two Eagle Union subs, so I'm going to experiment with that. Yeah, overall, Laffy II. Most exciting thing for the event is Laffy II, and I anticipate getting her and upgrading her to plus 13, or not plus 13, plus 25, 125 as fast as possible. You know what I mean. I plan on maxing her stats out. Anyway, yeah, I'll be seeing you in the event. I'll be doing a stream later today where I'll be jumping right into the event. I look forward to doing this event with you guys. So anyway, as always, I would like to wish all you Shikikons a farewell and following seas. And if you like my content, please like and subscribe. Take it easy, guys.